What is up everyone, and welcome back to another video. I know today's a Friday. If you guys remember, I used to do Friday Fun Days. I said usually days I don't really upload on Wednesdays, or maybe I'll do 2 videos a week. I'll upload a Friday Fun Day. So welcome to today's Friday Fun Day video. This video was supposed to come out on Wednesday, but thought to myself, maybe I can get banned or like sued for posting the fight, because if you realize that when you search up like Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather fight, there's not really a full video yet, or like even that many highlights, because a lot of people don't want to post it, because I don't know if you can get banned or sued for posting the full fight or anything before Showtime actually like gives it to you, or if you have the rights to it. So I just picked out important parts from the fight that I want to talk about and analyze it. And yeah, that's what we're going to do today. We will be analyzing the Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather fight that happened last weekend, I believe. So let's just get right into it. And yeah guys, I'm not no boxing expert. I'm just here to analyze it from a viewer standpoint. If you agree with me, you agree with me. If you disagree with me, you disagree with me. That's just the way this goes. So let's get right into it. My opinion, I think the first 2 rounds went to Logan. As you guys know, Mayweather does this a lot. He likes to feel out his opponents. He lets his opponents throw the first couple shots in the first like 1 to 3 rounds, feels them out, and then he starts attacking. That's probably why Logan stood out in the earlier rounds, because he was the one enforcing the pressure on Floyd. So it started off pretty slow. I mean, Logan, he was kind of like staying away from Floyd a little bit. You know, you don't want to get right into him right away. But he was throwing those jabs, trying to distract him a bit and keeping the distance. He didn't want to go too close to Floyd and get caught with the counter punch right away. So, you know, first couple rounds he was just throwing that jab out, you know, feeling him out. A couple right hands. He did land a few shots. But obviously the first part I want to show right here, it's all over TikTok, is the last 10 seconds of the first round when Logan just went ham and was just throwing a bunch of punches at Floyd. So here we go. We'll put it on the screen right there. So here it is. And then here we go. He starts raining down a bunch of punches on Floyd. Now, if you notice, Floyd's got his hands up like this. Obviously, none of those punches really got through. I believe the first one there kind of maybe hit him in the back of the head, which is not really legal. But, you know, Logan was just trying to make it dirty. Anything he can possibly do to win, he was doing. So he's not going to outbox Floyd Mayweather, so he's just trying to do... He's very unorthodox, like Floyd said. If you see... there was a shot of him in his corner, and his coach was telling him, you know, hit him with that jab. He says, I can't hit him, because, you know, he's a lot taller, he's a lot bigger, that reach advantage. And, you know, he was just more of an unorthodox fighter that Floyd's not really used to. So, yeah, as you see here, he's just raining down punches. Kind of looked like KSI in the first fight, where he doesn't know what he's doing. And, I mean, yeah, Floyd kept his guard up, did exactly what he had to do. Now those shots really got through. They're just hitting his gloves and stuff. Now, in my opinion, I think Logan could have switched it up a bit. He could have rained a couple shots at his head, see that his hands were up, rained a couple at his body, his ribs hurt, so maybe Floyd has to drop a hand or 2 hands, go back up high, you know, keep on switching it up, couple low, couple high. And yeah, so, I mean, good job by Floyd right there, protecting himself, and Logan was just trying to go for the knockout in the first round. Like, could you imagine he knocked him out right there? That'd be insane. But yeah, let's keep it going on. What else we can watch here? Now guys, don't get me wrong, Floyd is a lot older now. He's probably a little bit more slower, but you know, he's still the greatest boxer ever. He's seen every style and everything. But you gotta understand, Logan is also like 5 inches taller than him. He's like 40 pounds heavier, and he's got that reach advantage. So Floyd was probably having a hard time, I would believe so, just trying to get in there close with him, because he was a little bit, I'm not gonna say he was scared of a YouTuber, but I'm sure he was scared of his legacy if you get hit with a right hand. But, you know, he didn't really want to get close first round. He kept his hands up, as you can see. But another thing I want to give respect to Logan for, his coach Milton, his style is taught to have his hands down. Which, yes, if you realize, guys, not every fighter fights with their hands up the whole fight. Some fighters do bring their hand down. Floyd does the shoulder roll. But kudos to Logan, man. He's in there with the greatest fighter ever, and he's keeping his hands down. And if you see in the later rounds too, when Floyd's backing him up even, he's still keeping his hands down. He kept to what he was taught. And, you know, he dodged a couple of punches, but he also ate a couple. That's another thing, too. Like, everybody's talking about, oh, look, people saying Logan won this fight, and then they're showing highlights of Floyd hitting punches. First of all, he's the greatest boxer ever. He should be hitting those punches clean against a YouTuber. Second of all, Logan, he ate those punches. Like, he stood his ground, he ate those punches, and like I said again, he did not really keep his hands up like he was afraid. I mean, if I was in there and the best boxer ever is walking me down like that, I'm going to keep my hands up, man. I'm scared to get hit. Logan kept his hands down. He was just trying to slip and dodge the punches. And he was grappling a lot. Floyd did say that too, that Logan is a grappler. He's a great grappler, which yeah, Logan has a wrestling background, so I'm sure his grappling skills are good. And a lot of people are saying, oh, he was just hugging the whole time. Dude, he's in the ring with the greatest boxer. His goal is just to survive all 8 rounds, because surviving all 8 rounds, I believe, is technically a win for Logan. So he did whatever he had. He played it dirty. I mean, you can't lie that you were gonna try to be in there and outbox the greatest boxer when you're gassed after the 3rd round. You saw it in Logan. After the first 2 rounds, he was sweating. He was in there. He was gassed out, and Floyd was just all calm and like smiling and stuff. You know, Logan was joking around a bit too. That's his style. He trolls. He wants to try to make Floyd feel uncomfortable too. Like, look, I'm a YouTuber. I'm still in here with you, laughing at him and stuff. So, you know, yeah, he was tired since the 3rd round. So 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. That's like 5 rounds that he was gassed, just trying to hold on tight. So, I mean, Floyd should have done a better chance of getting away from those. I mean, Logan's just a lot bigger. He's putting his weight on him, and that's a strategy. So you can't get mad at Logan for that. He's just trying to survive in there. And also, Logan's coach is really big on that jab. The jab is what'll dictate the whole match, he said, which is Logan did a pretty good job with it. He's keeping Floyd away. And a lot of people want to talk about the stats at the end, how Logan threw this amount of punches, only landed this many. A lot of people just throw those jabs too, just to keep the guy away. Obviously, not every jab is going to hit the guy's face, you know? He's just trying to distract him a bit, throw him in front of his face, give him some obstacles to dodge, and then maybe set up that right hand. So you can't get mad at that either. He's just trying to keep the distance. What I think Logan did was pretty good, his performance. And, you know, do I think Floyd let him do that? Of course, obviously, if Floyd was to go and pressure him since the 1st round, Logan would have probably not survived those 8 rounds. But again, get mad at Floyd for that. He let him do that. So what do you want? You know, yeah, I noticed Floyd, whenever he was jabbing, he was going down at the body more. But obviously, he can't reach Logan's head, maybe. So, or didn't want to risk it right away. So, you know, he was going more for the body. And if you notice, every time Logan tries to throw overhand right, Floyd, like, ducks down like a lot, so almost like you're coming over top of him and almost like flipping over him. That's what Logan had trouble with. He couldn't track it. Maybe he could track an uppercut, but Floyd is just way too fast when he was bending down, and he kept on missing that right hand. I believe he landed it maybe once or twice. I'll pull up the clip, but other than that, like, Floyd just kept on slipping. He was too fast. He's just throwing that jab out to back up Floyd. Like Ryan Garcia said, when Logan starts moving backwards and Floyd's coming at him, obviously most likely gonna lose that fight. His whole plan was supposed to be just pressure Floyd, make him not, like, you're not trying to outbox him, you're just trying to make it dirty, pressure him, put all your weight on him, and be aggressive, and don't let Floyd walk you down, which is what started to happen in the 5th rounds and stuff, because Logan started to get tired and Floyd started to bring it to him. But he stood in there. He kept it up. I mean, yeah, once that bell rang, I was just like, wow, like, I can't believe this is even happening. Me being a fan of the Paul brothers since, you know, they were on YouTube and I was younger and stuff, it was just crazy to see him in the ring with one of the greatest boxers, one of the greatest defensive boxers. So, you know, it was very crazy. And to me, this was entertaining. I got to see one of my favorite influencers fighting the greatest boxer ever. And I'm happy he survived all 8 rounds. I know Logan was very happy with that. A lot of his supporters were very happy with that. You know, I did not really expect a knockout from anybody. Floyd's not the type to really knock out people. And Logan, you know, he's 3 years into boxing. He's got the power for sure. He had the height, he had everything on Floyd except for the experience and obviously the skill, the technique. But, you know, I didn't really expect a knockout. I thought maybe it could have been like something about what happened with McGregor, how McGregor got tired and the ref just stops it from like too many hits, or like he's kind of wobbly, not really a full knockout. But, you know, like I said, Logan, he went all 8 rounds. Every time I saw Floyd laughing, I was like, oh, damn, Logan, like, Floyd, stop laughing. Like, please don't knock this guy out. But, you know, Logan was laughing at him too. He was... I believe at one point Logan said when he was hitting him with a couple body shots, when Floyd was hitting him with body shots, he said like, you know I did those sit-ups or whatever. So, you know, he was just joking around it there. He was saying like, you hear the crowd, you know, they're booing champ and stuff, like. And then I believe at the end of the fight he raised his hand and he was like, I got your legacy, like, that's your legacy right there. Like a YouTube podcast Pokemon collector just beat you, like, what do you got to say now? So, you know, it was craziness. And as much as a lot of people want to see the Paul bros get knocked out, I mean, maybe not Logan as much, because a lot of people don't really, like, you know, people got respect for Logan. He's a little more humbled. Jake, on the other hand, he's more of a troll, so a lot of people want to see him get knocked out more. You know, I wanted to witness history. If Logan knocked him out, that would have been just craziness, just seeing what the internet would have done and how the media would have gone on knowing that the 50-0 greatest boxer ever got knocked out by Logan Paul. Would have been just crazy, and I wish it would have happened. But just him going 8 rounds, like I said, it was a win to me, and was fun to see. You know, and I don't think Logan took advantage of Floyd's body a lot either. You know, being a powerful striker like that, Floyd is a lot more smaller than you. So if he could have got a couple good body shots in too with Logan's power, maybe he could have hurt him in the body too. You never know. I know Logan said he did not expect Floyd to hit as many body shots. You know, Floyd really utilized that shot a lot, which I mean is expected because Logan's a lot taller than him, so he has a lot more shots at the body because it's kind of his range. So you know, Floyd did it well with the body shots. So yeah, I give the first 2 rounds to Logan. I don't really remember the 3rd round that much. I haven't really rewatched the fight fully, but I don't really remember the 3rd round that much. But I think in the 4th and the 5th and stuff is to when Floyd started to pressure him a lot more because Logan got a lot more tired. And maybe I give the 8th round to Logan. So I think Logan had 1, 2, and 8. So 3 rounds out of the 8. That's almost half the fight. I mean, kudos to him, right? Yeah, Floyd is really good with that left hook. I mean, he hit Logan, I believe, once or twice with it flush. And there's that picture of like Logan's face where his like nose is turned and everything. And yeah, he's just really good with getting in there closely when Logan throws that, like exposed his face once, like he's just there with that left hand. He's too quick and caught him a couple times. One time Logan actually did slip under it. You know, Logan said, I thought he'd be faster. I mean, I could imagine when he was in his 20s. But now guys, I want to talk about the part that it's all over TikTok too. I'm sure all you guys have seen this, where people are saying Logan got knocked out. And yes, it sort of does look like he got a flash knockout there. But again, Logan was really gassed. You've seen it happen the whole fight. As he was grappling him, he's like leaning forward because he's so tired. I mean, to me, that was not a knockout. Like, a lot of people are playing the 2-second clip where he hits him and Logan falls forward. He's literally walking, first of all, and saying Floyd kept him up because it gives them more money or just to keep the fight going. Logan did not get knocked out there. Like I said, maybe he would have fell if Floyd let him go, but it would have not been a knockout. Would have just been a knockdown. And if you see, like people are saying the 2-second clip, I'll play the full clip right here. Logan literally, he like after he goes down, he gets back up. He looks like he's fine after. He's still going. Like, it did not look like he got knocked out whatsoever. People always got to put this narrative on these fights and stuff to say, unless it's just because it's the Paul bros, like I said, they have to always, like, you know, not give them the credit that they deserve. And you know, that was not a knockout whatsoever. He's just really exhausted. Probably hurt him a bit, but he did not get knocked out. He was just really tired, trying to lean on Floyd a bit. And another part that was interesting, I watched a bit of Logan's podcast about it. He said that Floyd at one point in the fight, when Logan was like down to his like hip, because I guess he was really tired grappling, he was like down low. Floyd, when the ref can't really see down there, he like opened his glove and put it over Logan's face, like it's almost like he couldn't like gasp for air, like get air, because he was tired. And Logan said, like, he was like, what the hell, like, you know. So they're saying like these boxers, I mean, he's got all the experience, you know, they know all the tricks. Maybe that's a trick that they teach him, you know, put your glove over his face a bit, don't make him tired of it, make him so he can't breathe. Maybe that was a strategy, who knows. Then Jake actually brought up, because he was training with Evander Holyfield for his upcoming fight here, he's getting some tips from him. Evander said that one of his tricks he has up his sleeve is that if you ever throw that right hand, and let's say you throw your hardest right hand and you hit the guy, and like he kind of looks like he's okay, like he took it good, kind of like look at the floor, like maybe pick up your shoe, like, did I slip or something? Because then the guy's gonna be like, oh shit, he just slipped and hit me with that hard of a punch. Imagine when he doesn't slip, right? So these older guys, much more experienced, they have these tricks up their sleeves, you know, that they probably bring out once in a while. So maybe that was a tactic, you know, cover his face, make him not breathe for like 5 seconds or something. So it's kind of funny. A couple of times Logan showboated, you know, keeping his hands just straight around behind his back. You know, that's the only way he's gonna win, is getting into Floyd's head. As you guys saw, you know, got your hat, that iconic moment. Floyd cracked. I mean, I've never seen him get that mad ever. And you know, so Logan was just trying to troll him in there, get him mad, get him off his game, and you know, seeing if the crowd can get a reaction out of it too. And one of the interviews, the guy said, like, why did you get so mad? You know, he just took your hat and stuff. And because they were saying, you know, McGregor did some like bad stuff to you too. Like, how can you never crack like that on McGregor? And he said, first of all, the problem was is Jake wasn't really a part of that event. Yeah, he's Logan's brother. He's boxing and stuff too. He wasn't really part of the event. It started when he untied his shoe on stage, you know, the disrespect right there, and then taking his hat. He said if Logan was to do it, it's different. He's part of the fight, you know, to sell the fight. Jake is not part of this fight, so he's like, this guy was just disrespecting me. He's not even fighting me, first of all, his brother is. So I guess that's kind of why he cracked too. But the other reason can also be he believes these guys are not real fighters, so he's not scared to go after Jake or Logan. If this was McGregor, you know, McGregor, he's an experienced fighter, he knows how to fight, so if Floyd was to try to fight McGregor like that in a street fight, McGregor could probably hit a couple shots in. He probably thinks that Jake doesn't know how to fight or anything, so, you know, I can attack this guy. My security guards jump on him, you know, and all that stuff. So that's probably what his mind state was there. And that Charizard chain that Logan came out with was just funny, man. Like I said, these guys are showmen. They do all the funny stuff, they troll, and I'm sure that card is going to be worth a lot more money. Like he said, now it's at least $1 million card. I believe it was like 500,000 before or something. But it was kind of cool, that idea that he came out with that. It was really funny. He was not nervous whatsoever. I mean, he could have just been saying that, but like he said, like, he's got nothing to lose. He gets knocked out by the greatest boxer ever. You got knocked out by the greatest boxer ever. Like, what do you expect? In the ring, he looked very composed. Before the fight, he was kind of joking around a bit. You remember the KSI fight, he was very serious. He was a bit too calm. This fight, you know, he was joking around, you know, being more himself. The Logan Paul that we all know, that's trolly and jokes around a little bit. And I guess it worked for him. And the one thing I didn't like though is they brought Logan into the ring. And usually when a fighter's in the ring, you know, they say they don't want to wait too long. You know, all the introductions, you know, when they introduce each fighter, they just want to get in with it, you know, before the nerves kick in. But they brought Logan into the ring, you know, he's all ready. And then they made the Migos come out, 5 to 10 minute little singing they did there. And then they made Floyd come out and everything. Like, they made Logan wait a long time in front of all those people, which could have also affected his nerves a little bit more. But he said he was good. He fought like he was good. He just got really tired early. That was the one thing I did not expect, because he said he can go all 8 rounds. But like I said, maybe the emotions got to him, the adrenaline rush and everything. And it just gassed him out. So yeah, as you guys see right there, like, Floyd bends down a lot, and Logan tried to hit him with that uppercut but missed. It's going to be very hard to hit Floyd, man. He's the greatest defensive boxer. And then there was the part, I'll show you guys the clip, where Floyd like pushes Logan onto the ropes with his elbow and like hitting his head, so his head's like this, and Logan's just like sticking his tongue out to the crowd. Like, he was just trolling the whole fight, which is it was entertaining to see. I mean, and that's it's a good thing to do, especially against Floyd, because it shows that you're not really scared. You know, you're joking around in there. Maybe it gets Floyd a little bit like, you know, maybe it'll actually make Floyd even more mad, which is you don't want to see Floyd that mad. I noticed Logan did hit him with a couple right hands, but Floyd just kept his hands up the whole time and could barely get in there. You know, he was hitting more of like the side of his head or the back of his head. He wasn't really landing a clean shot. He landed one clean shot. I'll pull up that clip too. But yeah, the whole fight was mostly just hugging and stuff like that. But again, Logan had to survive. He did what he had to do. You can't complain. Yeah, see, later in the rounds, Logan was trying to land that uppercut more, because he noticed every time he throws the overhand right, like I said, Floyd bends down like fully, like almost like you're gonna fall over him. So it's hard to hit that. So he was trying to set up the uppercut from when he bends down, but he couldn't really hit that either. Because if you guys remember when he knocked down KSI, that's what he did. I believe KSI either threw a right hand or he threw a jab, and he slipped it, so his hand went over his shoulder and he was open, and then he hit him with the uppercut, right? That's how he got him knocked down. So I guess maybe he was trying to do that again to Floyd. But, you know, it's just a way different fighter. You know, Logan got caught in the corner a couple times too on the ropes, but like I said, he stayed to his training, kept his hands down. A couple times he put his hands up though, and he slipped a couple punches, but like I said, Floyd landed a couple clean ones. The left hand, I believe he landed a right. When he apparently knocked out Logan, he landed that short right hand. Yeah, but what did you expect, guys? He's the greatest boxer ever. He should be landing these punches. So, but like I said, Logan ate him. He stayed in there. He survived. All right, guys. So I don't really want to show too much of the fight, considering, you know, all this stuff. But I'm sure I'll pull up a couple clips for you guys and stuff that I'm talking about. But yeah, I just wanted to put a short little analysis on the fight, what I thought about it, my opinions on what happened. And everything like that. And at the end of the fight, the post interviews, whatever, you know, Floyd gave respect to Logan. He said he was better than I thought, faster than I thought, whatever. He's a decent fighter. You know, he gave respect to them. And guys, as you know, most of this stuff is all just for show. All the beef, the trash talk, it's all just to sell the fights, to make it more entertaining. Because if you were to go into a fight and the guy was like, yeah, this is Floyd Mayweather, like, you're not gonna, it's not really gonna be as exciting. But because the trash talk happened, the gotcha hat, that was a major part of the sales of the fight, and all that stuff. Like, how can you hate the Mayweathers? Like, if you're a boxer, like those people, you look up to guys like that who had perfect records and stuff. So like Logan said after too, like, Floyd, I hated doing this, you know, I love the Mayweathers, I love you guys, you know, it's all just for show, it's just to sell the fight. So, you know, Logan gave the respect, Floyd gave the respect, which is awesome to see. Floyd said as long as they were happy, I'm happy. You know, like, Logan was very happy with that. At the end, after the fight, he was crying in the locker room. I believe his coach was crying. You know, you put in all that work, and it literally seemed like a movie to me. Like, where a guy who's not really experienced goes up against a guy with a lot of experience. And I believe before the 8th round started, they put the camera on Logan's corner, and his coach is yelling him, everything you worked for, your family, everything is for this moment right here. You're about to survive this whole fight with the greatest boxer ever. You're about to go 8 rounds, just this last 3 minutes. And I'm sure Logan, you know, that pumped him up, man. Because if that was me in there, you know, it'd be a dogfight. I'd be trying everything I can to survive. You know, you worked all those, 8 months, moved out to Puerto Rico, and everybody doubting you and everything like that, you know. So just stay in there. Like, I'm sure his coach really made him emotional there and kept him in it. So like I said, from a standpoint, from not a boxing expert, just like to watch it, you know, enjoy it, the entertainment. It was very cool to see, and from a Paul fan, very awesome to see. Floyd also did say this is probably his last fight ever, which he's also said that a couple times already, but I believe he's done. You know, the age looks like it's getting to him after the fight. He seemed a little you know, a little slower. I mean, who knows? Maybe he'll go after Jake too, but Jake said, you know, my brother just beat the greatest boxer. Why do I go after him? You know, it was different if Logan got knocked out, then I'll go in there to kind of redeem him or just, you know, put up a fight. But Jake was like, you know, my brother just beat him. Why should I go after him now? Let my brother have his moment. Yeah, next up is Tyron Woodley for Jake. To me, man, this is Jake's toughest opponent. I'm surprised Jake even took this fight. And you know, Tyron is a welterweight champion in the UFC 5-time, I believe. He's a great striker, great overhand, and he was a great wrestler too. So you know, his boxing footage right now that he has released at the beginning of camp, he's looking sharp, he's looking fast. So let's see if Jake can, you know, beat a guy who's actually, you know, decent at striking. And it's really gonna put up a test for him. Like he said, this is a challenge for me. I'm excited for it. And you know, it's going to be a good one too, I believe. If Jake wins this fight fair and square, doesn't look like he took a dive for the money, people got to start giving him credit, man, because it's Tyron Woodley. Like, it's not a nobody. Yeah, this guy's old now. You know, he lost his last four or five fights in the UFC, a couple of them being a brutal loss. But again, it's Tyron Woodley. This guy's a striker. He's a hard hitter. And it's Jake Paul, who's 3 years into the sport, and you know, he's saying he's talking all this nonsense, but you know, he's got the height advantage on him. But Tyron's a big boy, man. I don't know if he has the reach advantage. I think Tyron actually has a long reach, so we're gonna see how this all plays out. And you know, I'm hoping for another Paul win, so we can just keep this going. Because if he gets knocked out now, it's not really gonna be as exciting. You know, I still believe in Jake. I believe he can get this over with. He's got more of the boxing technique, which is gonna override, I believe, the MMA technique. You know, he apparently Floyd wants to train Tyron, so Jake, he's got the best defensive fighter training him. So I mean, watch out. Floyd can't fight for him, but you know, we'll see how it goes. Team Paul all the way. And yeah, guys, thank you for sticking around. If you stuck around this long, I appreciate you. If you agree with the things I said, you know, that's how it goes. If you disagree, sorry, that's just my opinion. And yeah, I hope to see you guys next time. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and that's it. Peace out, guys.